Mi esposo era un pastor evangélico,
My husband was an evangelical pastor,
y todos mis hijos los criamos en la fe y en la práctica cristiana.
all my children were raised in the faith and in Christian home.
Cuando vinimos para Miami,
When we came from Miami to
de
Miami,
Miami, un día David nos dijo que quería entrar a la policía.
one day David said he wanted to become a police officer.
Mi esposo se puso histérico,
My husband got hysterical.
no por ser policía, sino por el temor de perder el hijo.
Not because he was going to be a cop, but for the fear of losing him.
Y por mucho tiempo trató de que David no fuera policía.
He tried for many years to try to get David not to become a cop.
Pero llegó el momento en que lo fue.
To the moment he became a cop.
Y el Señor fue bueno porque lo cuidó hasta este día.
And God was good because he has protected him up to this day.
Y no solo eso, sino que llegó a ser una persona muy especial para la comunidad, para las personas que servían, para el oficio o el ministerio o lo que quisieran decirle de lo que él estaba haciendo.
Yeah, she said a lot there. Not only because of that, but because he became a special person into the community and to everyone around him and to all that knew him. He was a community server and helper and servant.
Y todas las personas que lo conocían como oficial de la policía nos hablaban bien de él.
And everyone that has known him as a police officer has always talked great things about him.
Hoy yo le doy gracias a Dios por David.
I give thanks to God for David today.
Yo estoy orgullosa de David
I'm very proud of David.
y puedo decir que mi esposo está orgulloso a pesar de que hace casi 7 años que se fue.
And I can say that my husband was very proud of him, even though it's been 6 years since he's left.
En la Biblia que él usaba para predicar,
In the Bible that he would use to preach,
cuando tú abrías la tapa,
when you would open the first page,
ahí estaba la foto de David como oficial del año.
it was a picture of David as Officer of the Year.
Sé que llegó a estar orgulloso de David
And he was always proud of David.
y yo también lo estoy. Señor te bendiga.
I'll share a story on behalf of my father since he's not here. So my father, as David has the gift of talking and getting out of things, my father had it much more. He was somewhere in the middle of Florida and speeding, and he gets pulled over by a police officer, a trooper. And the trooper stands in an ant pile as he's trying to give my father a ticket. And he starts, doing an ant dance because of the ants. So my father gets out of the car and starts beating the ants off of the officer's legs. And he feels that he has a gun on his ankle. And he's like, "Oh, you're just like my son." He's like, "What do you mean, just like your son?" "Oh, he's a police officer. He always carries a gun on his ankle." Did I say that? Too late. He's like, "Oh, your son's an officer? Oh, don't worry. Drive safe, Pastor. Take it easy." And let him go. So he would use whatever it was. I want to share a few things too on behalf of the family. And you guys have shared a lot of great stories of David and his love for his co-workers and for what he did. And one thing that we could say as his family is that although he gave 100% on the force, he was always 100% also with his family. And so he would take Austin to all his baseball games and be at volleyball games for Amanda and always there, and family was always priority. So when we get to a retirement like this and there's family around, it's because he's been around the family for all these years. So I want to encourage those that are still in the force, continue to put your family first, and because when you retire, those are the ones that are around to celebrate and enjoy with you. So David, thanks for being a role model for us. I wish I could retire at 54. Let's see, I doubt it, but when I retire, it'll be a joy to have family around just as you have today. He's been a great brother for us to look up to, and leading the way and taking the beating for us, so we would have it a little bit easier.
Yeah, as you know, my dad was a pastor. I didn't want to be a pastor, so that's why I decided to get into law enforcement, because law enforcement, however bad it is, it's not as bad as being a pastor, guys. It's low paid, it's a lot of hours. I remember my dad getting called out in the middle of the night because somebody either wanted to kill themselves or somebody was having an argument. It's like, man, that's tough work. So when Alex came around, he took the heat off of me and Danny. Because he followed in my dad's footsteps. So I thank God for Alex every day. He let me and Danny do what we like to do, and he gets to do what he likes to do. The other story about police, I joined corrections first because my dad used to be a chaplain at the Federal Prison System. So he didn't have a problem with me joining corrections because he figured out corrections is a dangerous job. So I had to do 7 years of correction, and then that's when I transitioned over to police. But by then he started using my police stories as part of the sermons. So, so it sort of worked out that way. That's it.
Okay, so our last speaker is a good friend of David and our family for over 35 years, Mr. Jose Pepe Diaz.
Stacey, you're doing a great job, by the way. Isn't she doing a great job?
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay. I thought about this in many ways. And I sat back there and I heard the stories of everybody. And the stories are great. And they're all awesome. So I'm going to make mine as brief as possible. But it's kind of hard with David. So, because they all know me, I know them for, he's very nervous right now. Don't worry. There's still statutes of limitations. And there's a lot of people here that I'm not going to get into it. And I still got a political career, I think. So I'm not going to get into that. So with that said and done, you know, in the Marine Corps, I got to learn a lot and meet a lot of interesting people. And I just got stuck in a situation where, let's just say I was in a coma for about a week in Jacksonville. And I woke up and I actually got to call my family and say I'm alive and we're all good. And next thing I know, the next day, these two people show up, and that for the Camasañas, his father and his mom Carmen. And they showed up and they brought this plate of white rice con frijoles negros y un bistec de pollo. Yeah, Carmen, I'll never forget that as long as I live. And I tell you, I got to meet two of the best people in the world. Then, after that, I got to meet David, sister, brother. They were really little. But I would tell you that David and I hit it off. And you know what the funny part was? You say, wait a minute, okay, there's a missing link between Jacksonville and Miami. Well, there was. I happened to be going into a church. I was still in the Marine Corps and I was active reserve. And I happened to be going to a church called Coral Park. Guess who shows up in that church? The Comesañas. And he actually took over as the head pastor. And let me tell you something, there's not a better man that's assisted in the whole land than David's father. And he taught us all a lot. And I see David, I see him. And I know that there was a lot of pressure for him to become a pastor. But thank God your brother took the spot. But I would tell you that I got to know David very well. The only time I had a problem was when David and I were talking about the Marine Corps. Next thing you know, I know he went and signed up in the Marine Corps. She didn't talk to me for 6 months. Carmen did not talk to me. I just got this really deep, ugly look. And I would tell you that since then, David and I have been dear, dear, dear friends. And, you know, Pablo said earlier, because Pablo, they were both in, I got blamed for that too, when he became a correction officer. So, Pablo and him were bachelors in this great pad that they had on Star Island. Don't ask me, I don't know and I don't want to know. But they were both there, Pablo said it before. And David, you know, he comes and goes, hey, what are you doing? You know, let's go to lunch. So we end up going to lunch, and he goes, dude, I met this blonde last night. They had, you know, divorced guys having the lunch all the time. I met this beautiful blonde. He couldn't stop talking. I go, dude, good for you, you know. He goes, there's a problem. And I go, what's the problem? You're going great. He goes, she's like 2 feet taller than me. And I don't know if she was wearing heels or not. That's a problem. But I tell you, I really tell you that he's been blessed. And for many, many years, I've been blessed to be his friend. And we can go on to many stories. Like I said, I won't. Because, you know, I would tell you that there's been great moments. And there's been not so great moments that happened in the career of a police officer, and before that, a corrections officer. It's the hardest job that you can imagine. We're here kidding around and laughing and everything, but it's a very difficult job, ladies and gentlemen. And for those that are family, you know, and you know that what they do is indispensable. People ask me, why do you protect and cover police as much as you do and firefighters? Yeah, it's a given. They take care of us. If they weren't around, we would not have a society. There will be chaos. Therefore, they're the sentinels and protect us. And that man sitting right there, let me tell you why I say his dad wanted him to be a pastor. Let me tell you why. This guy was preaching to so many people while he was taking them in the back of the car. And he would tell them, and he would talk to them, and he actually was doing his father's job. He really did. And I would tell you that he's not just a great officer and a great person, as everybody said, but he's a great human being. He's the kind of guy that you could trust and you go to the end of the world with. And there's not too many people that you could do that with. Especially in my world, it's pretty messed up. But I tell you, David, that we're very proud of you. Now, David's been planning this retirement for a very long time. Okay? He's been calculating the years and the days and everything else. I go, David, how long are you? I got like 7 years left, and I got this, and I got that. Not different than a lot of guys and gals in this room. But I tell you, once again, Miami-Dade County is a lot better place because of people like you. We're very proud of you. We're proud of what you've done. It's how many years in total now? 30? 30 years of public service. Not easy. So I tell you, thank you on behalf of all of us, on behalf of Miami-Dade County. And I know there's something around here that I gotta give you. But I want to do this one a little special. Everybody that's Dade County active, come here. And everybody that's retired, come here too. Dade County. Come on. That's half the room or more. Yeah, Dade County. It's all good. Okay, Danny, I screwed up. I didn't bring my glasses. Hold on. It's okay. I move forward and.
Good with that?
Yeah, we
Estamos viendo bien.
Okay, the rest of everybody's family is looking at this time.
Pretty much. I'm supposed to take a good picture.
You know, I'm not going to read this whole thing because I do not want to get emotional either. But let me tell you real fast that it is fitting and proper that as he retires from public service, that this dedicated officer be praised for going above and beyond the call of duty to earn the respect and the admiration of his peers, supervisors, and most importantly, our citizens. So therefore, be it resolved, Carlos A. Jimenez, Mayor of Miami-Dade County, Chairman Esteban Bobo, Jr., and the members of the Board of County Commissioners, which I'm one of them, and it's 13 of us. Bobby will tell you they drive me crazy sometimes, especially me. Okay, on behalf of Miami-Dade County and the 2.7 million people that live here, to hereby proclaim Wednesday, June 13, 2018, as Sergeant David Comisanya Day.
Woohoo!
Now, you only got how many hours left? I don't know if you got a little time left, so do what you can. Thank you, David. On behalf of all of us. Come around, guys. Let's take a good picture. Move forward a little bit.
Squeezing. Prima.
¿Cómo está, primo?